from Southwest Florida's news source. This is Fox 4 News at 6.
Do you think that they were treated fairly?
Yeah, of course. They're innocent. Okay? Totally, dude.
Cheers and tears as friends and family rejoice in the Lee County Courthouse. The two suspects in the murder of 5-year-old Andrew Faust will be released from jail. This after the star witness who identified them changed her testimony about that fateful night Andrew was killed in the crossfire of a drive-by shooting at that home. And now Thomas Edison and Terrence Irons are free to walk the streets while law enforcement and the state attorney's office decides what to do next. Tonight we have team coverage to explain exactly what happened, what it means, and what's next. And we begin with 4 in Your Corner's Warren Wright. He is live at the Lee County Jail with more. Warren?
The two men accused of being responsible for the murder of Andrew Faust will be considered to be walking through these doors in just the next few hours. In the meantime, earlier today in the courthouse, his supporters were cheering one another on, hugging each other, shedding tears, declaring his innocence. Now, it's all because the star witness changed or couldn't confirm her testimony that she gave to police earlier, and that's why they're being set free from jail today.
They're innocent. Okay? Totally, dude.
Thomas Edison and Terrence Irons have been in the Lee County Jail since last October, accused of a drive-by shooting in the Dunbar community, where 5-year-old Andrew Faust ended up getting killed in the crossfire. Tracy Redd is Thomas Edison's attorney.
His family is elated, we're elated. He's obviously very excited to be going home to see his family.
The star witness who failed to show up 3 times for deposition finally came forward. But what she told police right after the murder didn't match up with what she told the state attorney's office earlier this week.
She just had no recollection whatsoever of her statement that she made previously. We gave her an opportunity to review that statement page by page. That didn't refresh her recollection.
With the witness's testimony in question, the judge had no other option but to release the 2 men from jail. The charges have not been dropped against Edison and Irons, but Irons' attorney believes the evidence against his client is rapidly collapsing.
But we do believe the charges will ultimately be dropped because there's no evidence against these 2 gentlemen.
When asked if the witness changed her testimony because of fear of retaliation, they said that wasn't the case.
She adamantly denied any threats from the outside at all.
And now supporters of the suspects say they want to take legal action in retaliation for the 2 men's incarceration. They were incarcerated for nearly a year. How do you feel about that?
Money, chee-chee. They're innocent. They're innocent.
Edison and Irons will soon be free from jail, but their charges have not been dropped. The court will reconvene July 22nd, where the state attorney's office will present their final testimony and present their case to the judge, where he will then determine whether or not they will be moving forward. Reporting live in Fort Myers, Warren Wright, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, thank you, Warren. So what does this all mean for the case moving forward? Can it move forward? That is the question on a lot of minds in the community tonight. 4 in your corner taking that question to a local attorney who's not associated with this case, but will give us some legal perspective here. 4 in your corner, Sarah Belsole picking up our team coverage now. She's live at the jail as well with more on this part of the story. Sarah.
Patrick, that July date for the next court hearing, a lot of time can pass before then. A lot of things can happen. So a lot of people wondering what's going to happen up until that court date. We've had a lot of changes happen very quickly in this case, from the witness not showing up to court to deliver her testimony to finally getting her in to testify and finding out today that she did tell a judge that she didn't remember what happened that night. So I sat down with former State Attorney Joe D'Alessandro today to talk about this case and what he sees moving forward and what needs to happen in order for the state attorney's office to file charges against these 2 men. And he says it's going to be a hard road, but it is possible that they could end up being charged for Andrew Faust's murder. Take a listen.
Doesn't look very good unless they have some other physical evidence or other witnesses come about or she changes her statement.
I also asked D'Alessandro about that witness's credibility if she does end up changing her statement and saying she does remember. He says it's not totally going to be a smooth sailing if she does change her testimony, but they will try and bring up her credibility, and that it's still possible that a jury would take her seriously. Of course, we'll bring you more of what he has to say about the case, and we'll continue to monitor the jail here in downtown Fort Myers for Irons and Edison's release, and we'll bring you the latest coming up at 10 o'clock. Live in Fort Myers, Sarah Belsole, Fox 4. 4 in your corner.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And of course, you can count on 4 in your corner to stay on top of this developing story and keep you updated in real time online on fox4now.com. All eyes on Doppler radar right now. A few showers rolling through parts of southwest Florida as we zoom in for you, putting a damper on some evening plans, but just how long is it going to last? The Storm Patrol's Jim Sion in the Weather Center with more on what we can expect for the rest of the night. Jim?
Well, we still expect to see a few more showers developing here, especially in the next hour and a half. Let's take a look at our Zoom Tan sky cam and show you some very ominous clouds over downtown Fort Myers. Those clouds are producing a little bit of rain. Good news is we don't have a lot of thunder and lightning out there. Using the power of 4 Doppler radars to scan the skies and keep you safe. Earlier we had some pretty active thunderstorms in place, but as we zoom in a little bit closer, we really don't see a lot of lightning. That cell that was over the Burnt Storm Marina earlier, that produced some pretty good lightning as it moved toward Charlotte Harbor. Now most of Charlotte County is dry. Here's some spotty showers popping up right along the sea breeze. The sea breeze did develop today. Didn't make its way very far inland, probably real close to 41 and I-75 is that sea breeze now, but let's zoom in a little bit closer. Show you the street level mapping. Some showers moving through the Cape there, but no thunder and lightning. Here's some rain moving through South Lee County, Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel. You're about to get some rain here in the next couple of minutes or so, and then some very light showers that are moving toward coastal Collier County. Wetter and drier weather in our forecast. I'll tell you what comes when in just a couple of minutes.
Developing tonight in Collier County, a death investigation underway after a body was found in the area of Bush Boulevard and 75 this afternoon. Deputies say the body was found shortly after 12:30, and details are still really limited, so no word yet on the circumstances surrounding this death or whether the case is considered suspicious. But you can stick with 4 in your corner for any updates on this case. And another death investigation happening in Fort Myers tonight after human remains were found in a vacant lot right along Ortez Avenue. Still no word on whether this death is considered suspicious or how long those remains may have been there. But a lot of people we spoke with telling us a strong stench had been lingering in this neighborhood for several weeks before the discovery. You can count on us to keep you updated. Meanwhile, if you know anything in either one of these cases, you can call Crime Stoppers right now at 1-800-780-TIPS.
It'll never be the same without her, basically.
We are learning more tonight about a very popular woman who neighbors say died in a Fort Myers Beach duplex fire over the weekend. A propane tank exploded inside that home on Estero Boulevard last night. Flames quickly ripping through the building, destroying it. 4 in your corner's Tara Molina speaking with friends of the victim in Fort Myers Beach, and she shows you how this one woman had a profound impact on the whole beach community. Tara?
Authorities haven't identified the body they found here yesterday, but neighbors and friends tell me it's Joanne Finney. She lived here, worked down the street, and has been a Fort Myers Beach local for more than 20 years. They say this island is devastated by her loss. Empty tables at Reese's restaurant on Fort Myers Beach. A sign on the door reading, "We are closed today to grieve the loss of loved Reese's family member, Joanne Finney."
They're all devastated. They're all waiting to find out what's going to happen.
Mike Kind said he knew Joanne for more than 17 years. He waited at her home yesterday, hoping she'd show up.
And I stood there for 2.5 hours waiting to find out. When they found them dogs, I didn't want to stick around because I knew they were going to find her next. She had to be by the dogs.
He calls his friend an animal lover, an activist, and a pillar of the Fort Myers Beach community.
Everybody knew her.
She is the community. She is Fort Myers Beach.
The state fire marshal and multiple departments spent hours searching the debris before finding a body. Their investigation ruled the cause of the fire undetermined, saying everything was so charred, there's no direct sign of how the fire started.
At one point, Joe was deemed simply as a missing person. Not to make any light of that, but we were hoping for the missing person report to where she would not be discovered. We were hanging on to hope, in other words.
Heim worked with Finney to protect our waters for years. He calls her a remarkable woman.
She was the truest individual you ever meet.
And he says his friend's memory will live on.
It's going to take quite a long time for us to get over it. But we have a mentality down here that nobody is gone forever. They're just with us in a different light right now.
Groups here on the island are setting up fundraisers for funeral costs as well as memorial services. You can get more information when you click on this story on our website, fox4now.com. In Fort Myers Beach, Tara Molina, Fox 4 in your corner.
Tonight, we're getting new insight into that Fort Myers bicyclist who was hit and left for dead alongside this road yesterday morning while riding home from work. This as the search continues for who might be responsible. The crash happening around 8:30 in the 900 block of Nuna Avenue. It's not far from Glenwood Avenue. Friends and family of the victim are now desperately pleading for any information that will help bring him justice. And as the investigation continues, we're getting a look at just how committed he was to the community. Mark Jackman has more.
Dancing with his group to a full house at church, someone who family members say was a man of God, Tony Bridley's life was unexpectedly cut short. Loved ones say Tony disappeared Sunday night while riding his bike home from work, and by Monday morning, police had a crime scene set up here on Nuna Avenue. Tony's friends and family got the news they'd been dreading. Tony was dead.
He's active in the church and participating in the community. So he's an awesome man of God, and he's going to be really, really well missed.
Family members consoled each other as they thought of the young man who leaves behind all of those close to him, including his identical twin brother with the same name who he danced with in his Christian troupe.
They just love to see us perform because we do it from our heart and it's a passion.
Now the dance group called Thug, an acronym for True Heroes Under God, must perform without their brother and friend. In Fort Myers, Mark Jackman, Fox 4, in your corner.
Now, homicide investigators say the wrecked car was abandoned just blocks away from where Tony was hit, and the owner of the car says it was stolen the same night he was hit. If you have any information that can help police solve this case and give the family some closure, you don't have to give your name. You could get a cash reward when you call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS. A Southwest Florida mom fired up tonight about what her daughter was told at school.
It defies everything I have taught, my husband and I have taught our children. It defies everything they have taught in school.
The wardrobe debate involving an honors student at Fort Myers High School. Fox 4 viewers charged up about this one. Should there be phone charging stations at your local quiet, peaceful beach? Neighbors in this Southwest Florida community say they are tired of what they call dangerous driving tonight, and 4 in your corner is working to get their concerns addressed. Next.
Thunderstorms are diminishing, but we still have some showers close to the coast. We'll tell you what's ahead for the rest of this evening. And get ready for some wetter weather. I'll tell you if it's going to affect your weekend in just a minute.
We do believe the charges will ultimately be dropped because there's no evidence against these two gentlemen.
4 in your corner staying on top of a big breaking story tonight. The 2 suspects in the murder of this 5-year-old child, Andrew Faust, being released from jail. This after the star witness who initially identified them suddenly changed her testimony regarding the night Andrew was killed in the crossfire of a drive-by shooting. It happened late last year. And now Thomas Edison and Terrence Irons free to walk the streets per the judge's order while law enforcement and the state attorney's office decide what to do next. Both men are expected back in court on July 22nd for a case management hearing. Now we're giving you a live look at the scene right now outside the Lee County Jail. Now, they are expected, Thomas Edison and Terrence Irons, expected to walk out this door at any point here through the evening. We're going to keep an eye on it. It will happen live for you on Fox 4 News at 6 as soon as it does. There's been a lot of speculation about what their demeanor will be like when this happens. They've been seen laughing in court at previous hearings. Their family members today taking a little bit of an attitude with the media like, that's right, he's innocent, almost as if they'd won a game in some sort. So we will continue to keep an eye as you look live at the doors of the Lee County Jail there, and of course we'll keep you updated on our website as well. It's fox4now.com. We'll have more tonight at 10. 4 in your corner with a major development and a story we've been following for quite some time. You're watching it live right here on Fox 4 News at 6. The 2 suspects in the Andrew Faust killing out of jail. They are walking right now. You're looking at Terrence Irons and Thomas Edison as they walk down the street. Some of their belongings in a plastic bag that you get in jail after you've been there a while, and both of these guys have been. You see what's essentially a scrum, a media scrum going on right now. So there are a number of cameras here, including Fox 4's, our reporter Sarah Belsel there and Warren Wright, trying to get these guys to give some kind of response to what the community is demanding from them, and that is, who did kill Andrew Faust? Did you fire the shots that went into that home? Now you can see them walking across this small park that's just across from the jail. And let me tell you something, there is some pep in their step. They are hustling to get away from the media cameras. At one point, our reporter just asked one of the suspects point blank, did you kill Andrew Faust? And he said, my lawyer Call my lawyer. Once again, you are looking live at Thomas Edison and Terrence Irons as they walk with their belongings in plastic bags. You can see when oh my goodness, and the drawers are down. As some of these reporters and cameras get closer to these guys, they kind of cut and dodge just to get away. They have not been responding. You're seeing some of what happens when the media aggressively covers the story, some microphones being dropped, but the camera's staying in tow. And let me tell you something, Fox 4 is staying on it all the way through. We have done everything we can to try to get some kind of response from these two suspects in this case, and now you're seeing a big hug happening on the sidewalks here. And this is the part that a lot of people in the community have been shocked by. The sense of elation, happiness, smiles, and celebration of these men. Now, we should say everyone is innocent until proven otherwise in our court system, but the demeanor and decorum of the suspects themselves and the family members as they have been in court and responded to community questions and the judges has surprised a lot of people. Not necessarily because what they have done or what they haven't done, but it seems to be a total lack of respect in the view of many for the death of this little boy. Once again, they didn't answer any questions. Fox 4 from beginning to end walking out as they got out. We will continue to keep our reporters there at the scene and let you know what we can find out. And trust me, when they say call our lawyers, we're doing it. We'll have more tonight at 10 on our website, fox4now.com. For in your corner, staying on top of a developing story in Fort Myers as we showed you live on Fox 4 News at 6 just minutes ago. The suspects in the murder of a 5-year-old boy, Andrew Faust, just walking out of jail. Sarah Belsole asking them the tough questions. She is live with the latest. Sarah?
Patrick, Thomas Edison and Terrence Irons just walked out the door here at the Lee County Jail moments ago. We walked with them across the street. They both tried to split up a little bit, I think, to avoid the media. We asked them if they killed Andrew Faust, what they were going to do next, and if they had anything to say to Andrew Faust's family. All of the two men would tell us was to contact their lawyers and to speak to them. We asked them if they were innocent and if they didn't kill Andrew Faust, who did. Again, they wouldn't answer any of the questions, and after walking, sometimes running about a block or two away, they did get into a car together and ride away from the scene. We asked them as the car was pulling away through the window if they had any last words to say, and again, they wouldn't answer any of our questions. It's been a very quick day for these gentlemen just in court earlier this afternoon for a court case management hearing where the judge found out that the only main witness in this case told investigators that she didn't remember what happened the night of the shooting after she originally had named both of them as the shooter. So we'll see what happens with the case. There is a case management hearing set for July. We'll make sure to keep you posted on any new developments tonight at 10 o'clock. We're live in front of the Lee County Jail. Sarah Belsole, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, thank you, Sarah. And I know that Andrew's family and the whole community appreciates those questions. We'll have more right after this.